Yo guys, welcome back to another video on our channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my settings and the best settings for you guys to run in Call of Duty Vanguard. Quickly before we do jump into it, if you aren't around, be sure to subscribe to the channel, notifications, turn on to miss any more videos on the channel for the best Call of Duty tips and tricks, class out videos, camo guides, and all that sort of stuff on the channel, so make sure you are sub with notice turned on. If you do enjoy, smash the thumbs up and let me know your thoughts on these settings in the comments below. If there's anything I've missed or you guys think I should change, let me know in the comments as well, because I'll be sure to try that out and see how we do get on with it. But I'm going to jump straight into the video. So I wasn't going to do a video on my settings this year because I didn't think that many people can be that interested, but I've had loads of people on Twitch and on my comment section being like, Harry, what are your settings, what graphic settings do you run, what controller settings do you run, and all this sort of stuff. So I'm going to quickly go through it. It's not going to be the longest video in the world, but I'm going to run through my graphic settings, all the sort of stuff that I think you guys should definitely be changing, and then the sort of stuff that is personal, but if you guys want to know what I'm running, then I'll show you anyway. So in terms of graphics, I mean, I play full screen borderless. You can just sort of see what's here. There's nothing here that's really that crazy that, you know, is going to be too particular that you have to change. VSync is just all turned off. Frame limit, frame rate limit I have on 250 max, which, you know, I never really hit, but I have 165 hertz monitor. I run at about 230, 240 frames, sometimes cap out at 250, so I don't need any more frames, because like I say, when it's 165 hertz monitor, I'm not going to gain anything out of that. In terms of my graphics themselves, I've turned some of these down in the last day purely for the fact that yesterday my GPU was getting quite hot, so I just sort of thought, let me drop the settings down. I don't want to end up frying my graphics card, because I've already done that before and I don't need to go doing that again, especially with a 3090 in it. Text resolution medium and texture filter medium, particle quality low, particle resolution low, bullet impacts and sprays I've turned on. You can turn this off, it really makes no difference. I just like being able to see the sprays and the bullets that are shown. Shader quality I have on high, tessellation I have nearby only, level of detail, distance, range I have on standard. I will say I had this all on ultra, and the settings I've got it on now, I could hardly tell a difference between the graphics anyway. So dropping your settings really doesn't make that big of a difference. People think the quality is going to go from like this crispy, clean, amazingly looking game to this awfully looking PlayStation 3 type looking game. It's really not the case at all. The graphics still look really good even on the lower settings I do have it on right now. Nearby level of detail, distant level of detail, and clutter draw distance are all on low. The volumetric quality level I have on medium. I have screen space shadows, local shadows. I have shadow map resolution and sun shadow quesadillas on low. I then have cache sun shadows and cache spot shadows both turned on. I have spot cache size on low, spot shadow quality low, particle light in medium, ambient occlusion off, screen space resolution or screen space reflection on medium, NVIDIA DLSS I have off. I have all this other stuff down here turned off as well. I have anti-aliasing or whatever it's called on Filmic SMMA2 T2X, because this just makes it look better on stream and on gameplay videos. So for me, I have this on that one, and I know a lot of people that don't run it on, they run it on the normal SMA, the normal that one. So you can look at this. I have depth of field turned off, and I have VRAM usage target about 85%. Again, that's nothing too crazy. Gameplay, I play 120 FOV. Camera movement, I have on 100. A couple of people have been telling me recently I should be changing this. Not too sure about that. If you guys think I should be changing this to make it look a little bit blurry or something, please do let me know, and I'll be sure to get onto that. Warper and motion blur I have all turned off because it looks awful, and then NVIDIA reflex low latency I have on. Again, if any of them you think I need to turn off or should be turning on or changing slightly to make my game look slightly better or run better or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to get onto that. In terms of audio, I have this on literally all on 100. I have moving game when minimized off. Hit marker effects I have on Vanguard because I think it sounds quite nice. I have headphone audio mix. There's nothing on here that's like boosted high this year or anything like that. So, you know, I don't really have any of that turned on because I would like that there was a boosted high or something like that we could use, but there's not this year. Interface, I have all set on standard. I haven't changed any of this at all, apart from obviously having my FPS and my GPU temperature showing. Like I say, I like to have my GPU temperature showing just so I know I'm not frying my GPU, because I've done that before. I don't need to go and do it again. So in terms of my controller settings, I do play 1010 with 0.65 ADS speed. I'm gonna start messing about this a little bit because I still don't feel like this is perfect for me. Still want to mess about this a little bit because that's my Modern Warfare and my Cold War settings. But in this game, it just doesn't feel the same. So I'm going to mess about with that in the next day just to work that out. Button layout I have on tactical, so basically slide is pushing the right stick in and B is to melee rather than the other way around. Especially with a scuff controller, for me, it works really well because it just works my paddles and where my thumbs sit really nicely. It just works. Everything works really well with that. And my vertical aim on foot is standard. Everything is standard. Not inverted because, you know, I'm not planning on inverted. My aim response curve is actually on standard right now. I genuinely might try dynamic out because that's what I used to run, and that is what I do run on Warzone. So I might try that out, see how we get on with that. But at the minute, I'm running perfectly standard on everything. Controller vibration I've turned off. I find that the controller always is more accurate. It's easier to use without vibration because your analog stick isn't going to wobble around whilst your controller's vibrating. So if you sat there and the controller's vibrating in your hand, it is going to slightly throw off your aim a little bit. So turn your controller vibration off. You don't need it on. Weapon fire threshold I have turned on. I don't even know what this is. The fire button will begin guns trigger. Yeah, I mean, just that is just on, isn't it? So we've got ADS sensitivity, transcend timing. I have it on instant. I have my ADS sense while steady aiming. So basically, if you're using a sniper and you're holding your breath, I have this set on 1 because it covers more of the map. It's not as fast as I'm not having to track people all the time up close with like an SMG. So that's why I keep that on 1. My stick layout preset is on the default. If you guys want to play any of those, you can. I used to play the bumper jumper one where it'd be LB and RB to ADS and shoot, and then LT and RT are to use grenades. But because of my scuff controller, if I just grab it here, I do have bumper stops on it or trigger stops on it. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is literally the movement of my trigger. It's even shorter than the movement of the RB and the LB, so makes more sense now to use my triggers to shoot with. But if you guys have got standard controller, maybe try out the left RB and right, like the bumpers for shooting and ADS in, and then the triggers for throwing grenades. Try that out, see how you do find it, because the response time is going to be a bit quicker. Controlling orientation, I literally haven't touched that. All of this sort of stuff down here I haven't touched either. Dead zone, I do need to mess about with it a little bit because it's on 20. It doesn't need to be that high because I've got a brand new controller. I've got no stick drift on it at all, and I really don't need to drop that. In terms of gameplay, this is where it gets a little bit more where I've sort of changed a couple of things here and the things I think you guys should be putting on as well. So target aim assist is on, ADS aim assist is on, obviously. Weapon mount activation is ADS and melee. Weapon mount movement exit is on, so basically if you press any other button that's not B, you are also going to exit your mount book. If you try and move, if you jump, anything like that, it's going to move. Depleted ammo weapon switch, so as soon as you run out of ammo, your weapon will switch, which is fine because you don't really need we don't run around with an empty gun anyway. Blind fire is turned on. You can turn this off. I have not used this feature once within the game. I'm not going to lie to you, haven't used it once. Airborne automatic airborne mantle I am going to turn off because this is doing my head in. The amount of times I'm trying to b-hop round corners and it just decides I want to jump onto whatever's in front of me. It's the most frustrating thing. So turn this off. I don't really see what you need this on. Honestly, they do not need it. If you're going to jump over something, you can choose to jump over it yourself. You can actually run up to it and try and jump over it. You don't need this on. Mantle start sequencing is just turned on. Automatic sprint, I have an automatic tactical sprint, so I'm not just yamming the left analog stick in over and over and over again. Put this on automatic tac sprint. All you got to do is move the trigger forwards and it will start running forward. The one time I will say to turn this off if you're using shotguns or you're trying to hip fire with a gun. The reason for this is when you try to shoot, if you're still moving forwards but you're trying to hip fire, it's just going to cancel the shooting and it's going to just tac sprint again, so you're not going to get your shots off. So if you're hip firing or using shotguns or something like that, turn this off. But in any other case, when you're going to be ADS the majority of the time of the gunfights you're getting into, leave this on automatic tactical sprint. It makes it so much easier. Automatic tac sprint I have off. Sprint cancels reload. I have this on because it just means you can get out of whatever. Like, I don't want to be reloading, see an enemy, try to sprint out of the way, but because I've got this turned on, I then can't sprint because obviously the settings turned on. Sprinting door bashes on means you can just run through doors rather than having to open them. Slide behavior I have on tap because it makes it so much faster than holding it. ADS slide behavior obviously I have on hold. Equipment behavior I have hold. Steady aim behavior hold. Automatic weapon fire behavior hold. Tap to reload, and then toggle scoreboard behavior. And they're all my settings, guys. There's nothing more to it really than that, but I thought I'd make this quick video so you guys can see what my settings are. If you can go through my graphic settings, you can see what my controller settings are and all that sort of stuff. Hope this video has helped some of you out. Like I said, if there's anything you guys think I need to turn on or turn off, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to try it out. If you guys have enjoyed the video, smash the thumbs up as everyone can imagine. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, with notifications turned on. If you want to follow me on live on Twitch, I'm streaming every day right now. Link is in the description. Go follow me over there. I appreciate watching. Catch you on the next one in a bit. Peace.